Synonyms: Aishwarya Janate, with knowledge of majesty. Sava, all. Jagat, the universe. Misrita, mixed. Aishwarya Sithila, weakened by majesty. Preme, in love. Nahi, there is not. Moro, mine. Prita, pleasure. Translation: Lord Krishna thought, all the universe is filled with the conception of my majesty, but love, weakened by that sense of majesty, does not satisfy me. Then the next verse, 18th verse is, Amare Ishwara mane apanake hina, tara preme vasa, amina hai adhina. Word by word meaning, Amare, me, Ishwara, the Lord, mane, regards. Apanake, himself, hina, low, tara, of him, preme, by the love, basha, controlled, ami, I, naha I, am not, adhina, subservient. If one regards me as the supreme Lord and himself as a subordinate, I do not become subservient to his love, nor can it control me. The next verse is, Amake taye bhakta bhaje ei bhabe, tare se bhabe bhaji, e moro swabhe. Synonyms: Amake, me, ta, certainly, ye, whatever, bhakta, devotee, bhaje, worships, ye, which, bhabe, in the mood, tare, him, se, that, bhabe, in the mood, bhaji, I reciprocate, e, this, moro, mine, so bhabe, in the nature. Translation: In whatever transcendental mellow my devotee worships me, I reciprocate with him. That is my natural behavior. The Lord, by his inherent nature, reveals himself before his devotees according to their inherent devotional service. The Vrindavan pastimes demonstrated that although generally people worship God with reverence, the Lord is more pleased when a devotee thinks of him as his pet son, personal friend, or most dear fiancé, and renders service unto him with such natural affection. The Lord becomes a subordinate object of love in such transcendental relationship. Such pure love of Godhead is unadulterated by any tinge of superfluous non-devotional desires and is not mixed with any sort of fruitive action or empiric philosophical speculation. It is pure and natural love of Godhead, spontaneously aroused in the absolute stage. This devotional service is executed in a favorable atmosphere, freed from material affection. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakmuritam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadanti Swopadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sriyuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabodhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sabishakhan Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nirachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Vadabhudra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Nama. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today for the glorification of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita is a very esoteric topic for our Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And for all of us, like very beautifully, we try to glorify Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. So if you see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings are a little bit, like little esoteric, and initially, like when we start studying, we study Bhagavad Gita. Then when we go deep into it, we read some aspects of Bhagavatam. Then they say, like when we want to go more deep and deep into it, we try to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. So my knowledge in this beautiful subject matter is very limited, but with all of your blessings and guidance of Guru and Gauranga, would like to glorify this beautiful subject matter. This is only for my own purification. So I was just meditating one topic, like when when a businessman is there and he has a son, like in the first day when the is taking back, the businessman basically he plans how the son is going to study. The son studies high school, and from high school he graduates, then he go to college, and then he does MBA. Like when the son is studying in the high school, the businessman doesn't think that yes, my son is going to become, is going to take my empire one day, and he is not going to, he is going to, and he doesn't basically reveals everything to him. So slowly when the son basically crosses the milestones, like he passes the exams and he becomes a graduate, then he does his MBA, and businessman sees that yes, his son is capable enough, then slowly what he does, he reveals all the secrets of business. Like for this particular business, these are the customers, and this customer is a high profile customer, and you have to deal with this customer with 10% discount, and this particular customer is a little bit miser, and you have to give him some extra benefit, and this is the bank, we keep money. Like slowly all these secrets he is going to reveal it. Similarly, when we come to Krishna consciousness, in the very first day, we don't read about Chaitanya Charitamrita. Like first, we are slowly getting exposed to Sunday programs. Then we read the general aspects of Bhagavad Gita, and slowly when we go deep into it, our Shraddha increases. We eat prasadam. Then slowly we follow 4 regulatory principles. Then we attend Mangalarti. Then we take initiation. Then like that, all the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna then is getting exposed to us. We reveal all the tests, all the mellows. We test slowly. Then when we go deep into it, we try to release the more esoteric aspect of our Krishna consciousness, which is basically our acharyas or our manjaris from our parampara, like Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. They have established how to release the gopi bhava, how to understand the moods of the gopis. So to understand the moods of gopis, the best person is our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has taught us in the method of Sikshastakam or in entire Chaitanya Charitamrita how to release the love of Krishna. Like when we read any particular engineering subject, whether it is a mechanical engineering or electrical engineering or medical or any kind of STEM courses, there is a goal of it. So similarly for our Krishna conscious movement or in the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the goal is how to achieve Krishna Prem. Again, the Krishna Prem also is there are so many types of Krishna Prem is there, but our Acharya says that we have to someday basically we should try to follow the footsteps of the gopis by becoming dasa anudasa, and in that mode we have to serve Krishna, so that one day we will become servant of the gopis, and we can serve Krishna in that mode, and we should get that love, tinge of that love, the way the gopis were feeling for Krishna. So with this background, our Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has described this chapter 4. So in chapter 3, he is basically describing the external reason of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. So in the chapter 3, basically he says that why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is appearing why basically Krishna is coming in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The main reason he says that to inaugurate the congregational chanting of the holy name, otherwise to establish the Sankirtan movement. So why Krishna is establishing the Sankirtan movement in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Basically in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna is speaking so many dialogues to Arjuna, he is talking that as Dwarka, this Arjuna. But here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why he is coming, basically what he is describing here, that is basically in the Nandanandan Krishna point of view. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjuna that Jada Jadha Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharata Abhiruttanam Adharmasya Vinasya Chaduskritam Dharma Sansthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. 3 reasons he is saying that when there is religion is there to protect the devotees, and I am coming, and to kill and to annihilate basically the miscreants, I am coming. But then also as the course also as the Bhagavad Gita moves further, Krishna is saying that finally that you have to surrender unto me. And Krishna, but at the end, he has never told that how to surrender. So Krishna, when the Dwarika Lila is ending, Krishna is basically going back. He is thinking that I told everything to them, but the Kali Yuga is coming, and Krishna is very, very dear to us. He's thinking, I never told them how to surrender to me. Krishna told that pay obeisance to me, but he did not tell that how to surrender and how to pay obeisance. But Krishna thought in Kali Yuga, the propensity of cheat and quarrel is very high. So how my devotees are going to surrender unto me. If I tell in any form, they are not going to believe me. So Krishna decides to come in the form of a devotee, as a Channa avatar kind of thing. We say that that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes, like he comes as a Bhaktarupi Bhagavan, we say him. So he comes as in form of a devotee just to teach us how to basically how to serve Krishna, how to love Krishna. So this is basically the external reason. Then there is the internal reason. Internal reason is that internal reason why Krishna coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there are three things. We say that our Vasu Ghosh always writes, "Jadi gaur na hoite tabe ki hoite." Like Radhara Mahima Prema Sasima, who is going to know? So basically, when Krishna is in Vrindavan, one day he sees that Radharani is sitting next to him, and all of a sudden there is a bee is coming, and Krishna is saying, "Oh Madhu, you go away." Madhu Mangala is saying that Radharani immediately thinking that Krishna is not there, and she started crying. So Krishna is thinking, I'm sitting next to her, and why she's crying? The thought that Krishna is not with Radharani starts crying. So these are the things, like Krishna thinks twice. So what is there that, what is there within me that Radharani is, like always longing to, what kind of mellows from me that Radharani is getting? Am I so beautiful? Am I so handsome? Am I so wonderful that the gopis are always trying to meet me? And Radharani is trying to meet me. So these are the type of things Krishna wanted to explore. He wants to basically see that what is within him, that Radharani is, why he is so beautiful, and he wanted to test his own rasa. And then he wanted to test his rasa in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So for that, he appeared with Radharani's complexion to taste that Radha Baba as Krishna Chaitanya. So with that golden complexion, he came just to taste the mellows of Radharani, and that's how that is the internal reason. So internally, Krishna came himself to taste basically Radha Bhav. So that way he came and appeared. So this is the background of it. So then here in the 17th verse, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has transcribed that all the universe is filled with the concession of my majesty, but the love weakened by that sense of majesty does not satisfy me. So we see that there are three types of bhaktis are there. So one is when we are neophyte, we don't know anything and we don't believe in Krishna, we don't see that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then our acharyas tell us that yes, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then we come into the Vaidhi Bhakti. When the Vaidhi Bhakti follow the rules and regulations, then come the Raganuga Bhakti. In the Raganuga Bhakti, basically we offer our worship in awe and reverence, following the moods and the gopis. So here we see that there is Aishwarya Bhava, then there is the Madhurya Bhava. Krishna is always controlled by the Madhurya Bhava. So here it says that Krishna is saying that love is weakened by that sense of majesty that does not satisfy me. So for this we can think about the past time. Like Krishna is in Vrindavan. When Krishna is Vrindavan, he is just a simple cowherd boy. In that cowherd boy, Krishna is holding a flute. He is wearing a simple yellow cloth, silk cloth. He doesn't have that much jewelry. He is having a gunjamala and just a beads necklace he is having, and he is having that flower kadamba mala. Like that, he is our Acharya is describing. But Krishna is very, very beautiful. So gopis long to see him in that form. Now from the Vrindavan, basically Krishna went to Mathura, and from Mathura Krishna went to Dwarika. So when Krishna went to Dwarika, he is basically king over there. In the king, he is coming with a lot of palanquins is coming, and he is having so many elephants, horses are there. So when our Krishna is going to Krishna is in Dwarika, still he is always thinking about in the Braja how the gopis are there, how the gopis are basically teasing him, how gopis are basically feeding him, how he is dancing with the gopis, how Mother Yasoda is feeding him butter. There are so many opulent dishes are there, but Krishna is always looking for that simple curd rice which Madhumangala is getting for him, and that simple butter which Mother Yasoda was feeding him. So Krishna is always longing for that. They are having so many Chappan Bhog is there, but Krishna is always thinking about those particular things from Vrindavan. Though his childhood friends, the Madhumangala, how he was putting a prank on him, how Subala is playing with him, he was always missing his childhood friends. So that was the mood of Krishna, because he's always thinking of his childhood days. Like when we are also there, like our childhood friends are basically when we say that they are our best friends, wherever we are, then still when we think about our childhood days, automatically a smile comes within our face. So when Krishna basically from Vrindavan and he is coming to Mathura and then Dwarika, then finally after the Kurukshetra war, Krishna has gone to Krishna has gone to Kurukshetra. He has gone, but there like he has gone to do some like austerities. He has gone over there for a ceremony. That time also gopis have come. When the gopis have come, they have also heard that yes, Krishna has also come there. His parents have come. His queens have come. So the gopis also have come there. So gopis, when they have come there and seen Krishna, they're looking at Krishna. They started laughing. Look at this Krishna. He is a little boy Krishna, and he was playing with us. Now he's a king and he's sitting on a elephant, and queens are there, and they didn't like it. So they decided to, instead of having some like playful time with Krishna in that particular area, they decide to pull Krishna to Vrindavan so that they can again enjoy the Vrindavan mellows and Vrindavan rasa with Krishna over there. Krishna also lovingly went along with the gopis to Vrindavan. So we see that whenever Krishna is in Dwarika or Mathura or Vrindavan, the mellows are different. So Krishna basically, he is basically Dwarikadhis Krishna. Then otherwise he is Mathurades Krishna. But in Vrindavan, he is basically Nandanandan Krishna or Jasodanandan Krishna or Vrindavan Krishna. So in Vrindavan pastime, Krishna is very sweet. Our Acharyas write the beautiful song that Adharam Madhuram Badanam Madhuram, that beautiful song is there, right? Krishna's lips is sweet. Krishna's face is also sweet. His eyes are also sweet. His smile is also sweet. His heart is sweet. Everything is sweet about Krishna because he is the emperor of the sweetness. This is basically Nava Nandanandan Krishna. Then comes the Vasudev Krishna. So basically Nandanandan Krishna, like yesterday we discussed, right? All Vishnu Tattvas and everything, they are basically within Krishna. So when Krishna is in Vrindavan, basically he is a little boy. Our gopis tell him, Krishna, can you dance? Krishna, can you sing like a peacock? Krishna, can you do a cuckoo's voice? So Krishna will try to please them, please those devotees. So that is basically the Krishna. He is very sweet form in that form. He will be going and stealing butter. So that is basically Krishna's mood. So our Acharya says that Krishna basically is Supreme Person of Godhead. He is basically Purushottam. And in the Purushottam also, there is also Purna Purushottam is there. So when Krishna is basically in Dwarika, he is basically Purna Purushottam Bhagavan Krishna. And whenever he is there, Krishna basically he in Vrindavan, basically he enjoys all the rasas. He enjoys all the rasas with the gopis. He enjoys so much that he doesn't even hold any weapon over there. In fact, all the monsters, if you see that whatever is getting killed by Krishna over there, they are all by, Krishna is biting somebody, Krishna is hitting somebody, Krishna is kicking somebody, or Krishna is, like twirling somebody and throwing him. Like that, all the monsters are getting killed in Vrindavan. He has never held his Sudarshan Chakra in Vrindavan. But in fact, our Acharya says also, all these killing, whatever monsters are happened in Vrindavan, those are done by the Vasudev Krishna. So our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very beautifully also he's described Vrindavan Dham and Sri Krishna Bhagavan is Aradhya Bhagavan Brajasatanaya Tad Dhama Vrindavan. That means that Lord Krishna, who is the son of Nanda Maharaj, is worshipped along with his transcendental effort in Vrindavan. The most pleasing form of worship of the Lord is that which is performed by the gopis of the Vrindavan. So we see the gopis' mood is not with the awe and reverence. Gopis' mood is basically with very simple form. They'll find something, they'll just make something, they'll just milk the cows, prepare butter, and feed Krishna. But their mood is, with complete surrender. They are all married women. They have family, they have kids, they have husband. But at night, while hearing Krishna's flute, basically they will run away from that particular place wherever they are. There is in this Manavanjan pastime, there was a beautiful song our little girls enacted. It says, in Orissa, there is a famous Vaishnava poet who is a Muslim is there. His name is Sarovar. He wrote so many bhajans for Lord Jagannath. So there he says that, like when the gopis were basically hearing the flute tone of Krishna, whatever position they were, they will be feeding the cows, they will be milking, they will be taking care of the kids or husband. They are basically leaving everything and running away. So that is basically the mood of the Braja. So Krishna in the form of Lord Jagannath, he always waits for that particular day when the gopis are coming and going to take him to Vrindavan. So everywhere in Jagannath Puri, we celebrate Rath Yatra. So as we all know that our main temple, Jagannath Puri temple, it represents Dwarika Dham. And there is another temple around 2.5 kilometers away. That is basically our Gundicha temple. That represents Vrindavan Dham. So every year Lord Jagannath goes from in a yatra from Sri Mandir to the Gundicha temple. Basically, that is from Dwarika Dham. We can say that Vrindavan Dham. So our acharyas and the local people of Puri, they also say that when Jagannath ji is in Vrindavan Dham or in Gundicha temple, taking a darshan of him in that Gundicha temple for 9 days is considered very auspicious. In fact, we have witnessed also, and our acharyas also say that Jagannath looks more beautiful and more pleased, more magnanimous in Gundicha temple. And the prasadam which we basically getting prepared in Gundicha temple, it comes like more quantity. Like in Puri main temple, the prasadam could be they on a daily basis they could be cooking for 1 lakh people on a maximum daily wise. But in the Gundicha temple, lots more potency so much that sometimes they cook for 4 lakh 5 lakh people. That many people come to take witness, like a witness of Lord's majesty or Lord's Lord's Vrindavan pastime in Gundicha temple. So here, as the verse says that Krishna is always pleased. Krishna is basically like instead of awe and reference, Krishna basically is happy with a simple worship. So the next verse is, let's go to the next verse. Next verse, basically Krishna is saying here about that we just wanted to talk about that what is the mood of Krishna, what is the nature of Krishna. Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam that he is Bhakta Paradhina. Like here we see that there are 2 things are there. We tell that Krishna is basically Bhakta Vatsal. Bhakta Vatsal means what? Krishna is very like he just like a cow, and we have a cow is called Gomata, and the calf is basically called Vatsa. So cow is very sweet or very nice or very protective towards the calf. So that similarly, Krishna basically is very protective towards his devotees. He does everything for his devotees. Whatever is needed for the devotees, he always takes care of that. This particular verse, we basically Krishna is telling to Durvasa Muni. When Durvasa Muni basically is cursing Ambarish Maharaj, after that Sudarshan is getting invoked and Sudarshan is chasing him. Then finally Durvasa Muni is running all around and he did not get shelter anywhere, and finally he is coming to Vishnu, Lord Vishnu's abode. So Lord Vishnu there, he says that Aham Bhakta Paradhina, and he basically he doesn't have any identity without his devotees. He says that I'm completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not at all independent. Because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires, I sit only with the course of their hearts. What to speak of my devotees? Even those who are devotees of my devotees, they are also very dear to me. So that way our Acharya always says us that, following this line, that we have to always follow the footsteps of the gopis. We should aspire to become a servant of the gopis. Then only Krishna will become very dear to us, and Krishna will always protect us. So we can understand from here, try to understand from here the mood of Vaikuntha and the mood of the Vrindavan. In the Vaikuntha, basically, there is no distress is there, as the word Vaikuntha is there. So there we can say that Krishna is basically Bhakta Vatsal. But in the Vrindavan, Krishna basically in the mood. Krishna basically is subordinate to the gopis. He is basically here captivated by the mood of the gopis. He is basically like in Hindi there is a term that if somebody is trying to capture somebody, they do some magic kind of thing so that they will try to do some Vasikaran mantra, they will do, and they will try to capture him. So similarly, Krishna basically he is totally subordinate to the devotees, and he is basically Bhakta Paradhin, and he is basically Bhakta Vatsa. Nowhere we see that Krishna is basically a Yogi Vatsal or he is a Jnana Vatsal. His term is basically Bhakta Vatsal, means he is the protector of the devotees, and he is basically he becomes a servant of the devotees sometimes. Krishna sometimes has become so much attached to the devotees. He sees where the devotee is going, and he sometimes he provides the right amount of resources to his devotees. And the next chapter we see that next verse we see that Krishna is saying that basically he is enjoying different type of rasas with his devotees. So there are 5 different types of mellows are there. There is Santa Rasa, there is Dasya Rasa, there is Sakhya Rasa, then there is Vatsalya Rasa, then there is Madhurya Rasa. So these 5 types of rasas are there. So Krishna, along with the devotees, basically he tries to enjoy these rasas. Whatever rasa or mellows, a devotee approaches Krishna, Krishna basically he reciprocates in that mood. So there are certain devotees are there who love to cook for Krishna. Like in Jagannath pastime, we see there are so many devotees are there. They try to cook for Lord Jagannath, and Lord Jagannath reciprocates them. There was a old woman who was in Jagannath Puri. Basically, he was preparing khichdi for Lord Jagannath ji every day. So when he was preparing khichdi for Lord Jagannath ji, he was getting older. So he used to sometimes, he would be brushing his teeth, and in that basically he was basically using it as a steering agent. So one day a sadhu came nearby and he told, "Old lady, what are you doing?" And he is Lord of the Universe, and you are feeding him like this. Then the lady told, "What should I should? Nah, you should take bath every day and then come and with a clean stove and clean pot, you should cook food, Prashatam Bhoga for Lord Jagannath." The lady said, "Sure, I'll do that." The next day onwards, the lady started preparing like that. So every day, what happens? Jagannath used to come, and then after eating the bhoga from this old lady, he goes to the temple and honor bhoga. So when this old lady is cooking now with following all the rituals, his bhoga preparation is getting late. So Lord Jagannath used to come every day. Now he waits that yes, when is this Mataji is going to finish the cooking, I'm going to eat that, because every day he has come and he has to reciprocate to this old Mataji's mood. So like by following that, basically Lord Jagannath used to get late. So one day, basically, like when he was rushing to go back to the temple, some bhoga basically came, fell down on each other, and he went. Now, when he went back to the temple, and that day he was late, and when the pujari came, he saw that, when he was offering, like in Jagannath Puri, there's a system that when they're offering the bhoga in the water, they see the reflection of the Lord. So that day the pujari did not see the reflection of the Lord. So he was worried, what happened? Why the Lord is not there? So finally they were thinking what happened. That day Lord Jagannath came in the dream and they told, this Mataji is offering me bhoga and I'm going there, and I already ate, my tummy is full. So you can see that there's some khichdi on my cloth also. So then they did some investigation, they found, and they told, yes, this is what this is, process is. Then they requested that Mataji, that you don't worry, you cook khichdi whatever way you are cooking, and we're going to offer it. And from that day onwards, the khichdi, basically this name is Karma by Khichdi, was introduced in Jagannath's daily bhoga, in the remembering that. So basically, whatever form, whatever mood, basically the devotees basically they worship Krishna. Krishna reciprocates in that mood. Like in the gopis pastime, you see some of the gopis, they tell Krishna, Krishna, can you dance? Krishna, can you sing for us? The old ladies will be telling Krishna, I'll be giving you little sweet. I have a half sweet, half of the rasgulla. I have half of sandesh, half of srikhand. I have little bit srikhand. I have. Can you do this for me? Then Madhumangala will tell Krishna, can you do arm wrestling with me? Like that, in that mood, basically they were basically worshiping Krishna, and Krishna used to also reciprocate them in that mood. So Krishna basically why this was happening in Vrindavan, because Krishna wanted to enjoy that rasa. Krishna wanted to enjoy the Vatsalya rasa. Krishna also wanted to enjoy the Sakya rasa. That's why all those things were happening in Vrindavan. There is there's this pastime is there, right? The mud eating pastime is there, right? When the Krishna basically is eating mud, Balram comes and complains to Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda, look, Krishna has eaten mud. Then Mother Yashoda comes and he tells Krishna, open your mouth, I'm going to see how you have eaten mud. Then Krishna is trying to open his mouth and he's not opening. Krishna that time in his mind, he's getting upset with Yogamaya, because Krishna wants to enjoy how Mother Yashoda is feeling. Now he is going to open the mouth, then Mother Yashoda is going to see everything. So then Mother Yogamaya understood that when he is opening his mouth, Mother Yashoda sees the entire universe. For a moment, he got bewildered. Then what is he seeing? Then next moment, because of Mother Yogamaya's effect, she thought that in the daytime also she is seeing a dream, and then she left. So basically, all these rasas Krishna wanted to enjoy. So that's how the devotees and the Krishna's relationship is there. So in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 4, there is a beautiful verse. It says that Ye yatha mam prapadyante tamsa tatheva bhajami aham. That means, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pratha. So Krishna says that if one worships me or surrenders to me, to that extent, I'm going to reciprocate in that extent, or I'm going to reward them in that extent. But when the gopis come, or where the Brajabadhus come, that time, this particular verse, it fails. So in the Gopi Gita, we see that Krishna, there are so many beautiful descriptions in Gopi Gita is there. In the Gopi Gita, basically the gopis are saying that Krishna, that we love you so much, and we love you so much, and when you are playing your flute, basically you are coming and leaving everything, and leaving everything, and we are going to, and our family are there, our kids are there, but we are waiting for you, and so many beautiful things the gopis are basically describing to Krishna. So Krishna also reciprocates to give gopis love. Krishna also tells in return. Krishna also tells, also praises the gopis in Bhagavatam. It says in 10th canto also, Krishna also says that, dear gopis, I know you love me so much, and you are basically belongs to a family, but because of me, I am a young boy, and you do so many things for me. You do the mud practice for me, and you prepare so many nice dishes for me, and when I play flute, you come and play with me, but I am not able to repay you anything back, and you always long to have my association. So Krishna says, my dear gopis, I am not able to repay of your spotless service. In fact, I'm basically at your debt. In this lifetime or next lifetime or any lifetime of Brahma, I am not able to repay your debt. Whatever you have done to me, and whatever you surrendered to me, and whatever your connection with me is beyond any kind of reproach. I cannot repay it back. You have worshipped me to the full extent, cutting off all your domestic ties and everything, but I cannot repay you. So whatever, and I cannot tell that you get this benefit. I cannot do anything to you. So whatever service you have done to me, that becomes basically your reward. So that's how basically Krishna tells them that I am not able to repay your love. I am not able to basically reward you accordingly. So that is basically the mood of the Brajas and the Brajagopis. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, basically he is basically advising us that someday we should, he's basically teaching us that we should aspire in that mood. We should love Krishna, and he is also trying to test himself that mellow that the gopis are feeling for Lord Krishna. So he himself is coming to release that mellow, and he is not coming alone. When he is describing to Radharani that I am going to taste that mellow, the Radharani is also so sweet. So all the manjaris, all the gopis, they have also come. Like we see the Lalita Bisakha, they are also coming, and they're also taking part in Chaitanya's pastime. All the manjaris, they have also coming. All the acharyas we see in our acharyas, they are all basically all the manjaris or Sakhi manjari or Guna manjaris, they are all there. They are all also participating. And Radharani also understands that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is understanding the mellows of Radharani, basically what will happen, we see in the Gambhira pastime, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is towards the last 12 years, he is sitting he is keeping himself secluded in Gambhira. Basically, he is releasing the Harinam, and then he is into so much trance that he is basically rubbing his cheeks into the walls of the Gambhira, and the blood will be coming out. Sometimes Swarup Damodar will come to help him to rescue. Sometimes Govinda will come and protect him. So he is releasing that mellow. So in this, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami basically he has accounted all the descriptions of Swarup Damodar in our Chaitanya Charitamrita, and this particular book is a lecture to us. If we read it properly, we can understand what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us, and someday we can aspire or we can attempt to have 1% love of these gopis. And we should try and aspire, like the gopis, to serve, to have the love for Krishna, and we become Dasa 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 Anudasa of the gopis. So with this, would like to end today's discussion. So very beautifully, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has described 3 points here. The first point is that love is weakened by the sense of majesty. That sense of majesty doesn't satisfy Krishna. The second thing is, if one regards him as Supreme Lord and himself as a subordinate, Krishna does not become subservient to his love, or that cannot control him. The third thing, he says that in whatever transcendental mellow the devotee is worship, Krishna basically reciprocates in that mood, and that is his natural behavior. So Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, nice class. You have explained very well. I have one question on, I think this verse is 18. It says, if one regards me as a supreme lord, but himself as a subordinate. If I feel myself subordinate, then Krishna does not love me. Why is saying like that?
See, Mataji, it's not like that. Like when we are, it's not like that Krishna doesn't love us. Like when you can hear me, right, Mataji, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when basically we are ignorant and we are in the control of Maya, we forget that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, right? Like when you are and we try to enjoy everything. Basically, that time we're completely under the control of the Mahamaya. We can say that we're completely under control of the Mahamaya. Then little bit of little bit of association happens, little bit of Shraddha happens. Then what happens? We little bit develop a taste. That time we hear that yes, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and we should worship him with awe and reverence like that. In that mode, it says we say. Then that is then basically what happens. We follow the Vaidhi Bhakti without doing anything. We follow the rituals, rules and regulations. We try to worship considering him as that yes, he is supreme personality of Godhead. Then we worship him. Then when we have little bit Shraddha, then we have another. Then we do Bhajana Kriya. Our Anatha Nivritti happens. When our Anatha Nivritti happens, then we become more and more serious in our sadhana. Then from that, basically what happens, we go to the Raganuga Bhakti. The Raganuga Bhakti means in Raganuga Bhakti, basically when it comes, right, then the Yogamaya potency come into account. In Yogamaya potency also what happens, if we see that in the Gopis pastime, they forget that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. If they think that, if the Gopis think that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, will the Gopis tell Krishna that Krishna dance for me? Will Mother Yasoda tell that, like if Krishna, if she realizes that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, will she tell that Krishna open their mouth? Then this Damodar pastime also won't happen. Krishna, Mother Yasoda won't go behind and chase him. That like I'm going to bind Krishna. Like just imagine, like 4 head from Narayan will be standing in front of him. We are standing with awe and reverence. You cannot go and chase him, and nobody can chase him, and nobody can tie him. So that is basically the mood of the Brajavasis. In the mood of Brajavasis, Krishna makes them forget that he is supreme person of Godhead. Not only Krishna, not only the Brajavasis forget that Krishna is supreme person of Godhead. Krishna himself sometimes forget that he is supreme person of Godhead, and Krishna always longs for those pastimes. So that's why here it is said that if sometimes no yogis and jnanis are there, they know that Krishna is supreme person of Godhead. They will keep him that yes, Krishna is Param Brahmachari, Krishna is like that. They will keep him like that. But the rasa and the mellows, Krishna want to receive in the form of Vasalya or in the form of Sakya, that he doesn't get. So in that way, in the next verse, he is trying to become more clear that if somebody wants to worship me in any kind of rasa, in any kind of mellow or any kind of relationship, I'm going to want to reciprocate with him in that mode. That is my natural behavior.
Mm-hmm. The way I felt I'm subordinate means मैं खुद तुच्छ हूँ, भगवान महान है. When we say like that, then God does not love me. That's what I.
Yeah, initially I also thought the same thing. Then when I looked, a couple of times I read and I did some. I was looking into some of the literatures from Rupa Goswami. That this one, like I could understand it this way.
Because in Gujarati translation, I have a book for a Gujarati translation. They say, Ishwar Mahan hai, main tuchh hu. Then God does not love you. So
yeah, sometimes like we
confused.
glorify. A lot of times we glorify that Bhagwan, you are very great and I am very sinful. Like that we live. We don't go more beyond that. I'm that sometimes there are 2/3. There is a kind of like they say that lowlium kind of thing means I am very significant fool, we say. But we sometimes in other way basically we say that we are just telling about ourselves. We are not glorifying Krishna. We are not establishing. We are not moving further. That yes, Krishna, I could be this so and so, but you are so very kind. You are going to rescue me, and please let me be like your servant. Let me allow me to serve you. So that should be our mode. And we have to, for doing the service, right, we have to establish some kind of relationship with him. That way Krishna is going to reciprocate with us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji, for discussing this beautiful topic also. In fact, when I heard about this, I went to dictionary. Maybe the serpent meaning is something different. I was thinking like that also.
Thank you, Mataji.
Simesa Prabhu, if you're around, can we end this class today? Looks like Prabhu is
Mataji,
not
looks
around.
like he's busy. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
busy.
so let's
you can end
do
around.
the
Yeah,
Vaishnav Pranam and we can
right.
end this today's class. Vancha kalpa taru vaisya kripa sindhu pati tanam pavanebhyo
पतितानां
Vaishnav
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
ki jai. Srila
की जय,
Prabhupada ki jai.
की जय।
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.